Tim Hayden is up next, and Tim has moved into a position last year at Blue Clover. He's a partner there, and he will be talking about online and offline marketing, maybe some mobile stuff. So here's Tim.
Thanks, Brian. Well, Brian asked us to grade ourselves on what we said last year. Last year I said 4 things would happen. We'd have an increase in out-of-home and outdoor advertising. We would have an increase in event budgets. Something would come up other than Foursquare and GoWalla. And desktops would continue to die, notebooks would plateau, and something else would start to replace them. Well, I think with the current economic funk that we have, howdy, I'm just seeing my line of sight. There's a couple people I cannot see because of the speakers. I think we started to see an increase in marketing budgets for sure. I think that you can see by empty billboards that from a billboard context, we do not have a general increase. And all the data I can find shows that while marketing budgets did increase in 2010, that was one of the places that we did not see an increase. I give myself a C though, because I do know for a fact that there is increased spending almost in the triple-digit figures in terms of digital out-of-home. And these are going to be some of the digital displays you see in airports, you see them at bus stations, you see them as you're walking down the street. Events, the world that I've come from, certainly those budgets have increased, and I attribute that largely to mobile. I think people are starting to leave the device behind, the one that they've been trapped behind for the last 10, 15 years. And they're starting to get out there and do what they want to do in life. Obviously, I'm going to give myself an A+. Facebook Places. Facebook Places, I think, certainly is not necessarily cannibalizing Foursquare and GoWalla. It's just giving the whole world that's on Facebook something that allows them very easily to tell their friends where they are. And of course, I'll say it's going to happen again. This is just a forward progress I'm going to give myself on desktops are dying. I seriously doubt you're going to be able to buy a desktop computer other than to use it as a server in your home in the next 2 to 3 years. I think we're going to see notebooks not just plateau this year. I think we'll see notebook sales start to go down. And I was at CES last week in Vegas, and every company on the planet has a tablet they're bringing to market. That's going to be real interesting. So for 2011, I think we're going to see something happen that started in the 4th quarter last year, and that is that Droid-powered phones are going to continue to outsell iPhone. And I think that's going to happen even given yesterday's news that you're going to be able to buy a CDMA iPhone on the shelves of Verizon. Droid right now is doing exactly what BlackBerry did with the Curve, with this little phone I'm holding. Except what BlackBerry did is just take the phone itself and allow every carrier to sell it, and this became the most popular phone in the country. More people had this than anything else. Droid and the good folks at Google and what they're doing, what's that?
2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I think we're going to see more innovation, we're going to see more development, we're going to see things happen faster around the Droid platform than we do anything else. So Droid phones are going to outsell iPhones for sure. Microsoft has a behavior that they call glance and go. That's what they're trying to profile consumers around what they're pushing with Windows Mobile. And glance and go, again, I think is not where folks are going to use their phones to tune in to their Twitter accounts or read blogs, but they're going to interact with the offline world around them. They're going to take pictures and they're going to narrate life. They're going to tell stories. I think the biggest thing that we're going to see really proliferate in 2011 is going to be codes. QR codes are still the universal standard that's out there right now. Quick response codes have been a way of life in Asia for the last 15 plus years, in Europe for almost as long, and I think Americans are going to see the same thing here. There's a few things that are happening. AT&T obviously has come out with their own code. There's AT&T codes. There's Microsoft codes, Microsoft tags. There are JAG tags. There are a number of things that are out there in the 2D barcode world that your phone can scan and it takes you to somewhere on the web. However, I think the biggest thing that's going to happen in addition, and it's going to come from Verizon's corner, while Verizon's going to launch this iPhone and it's going to bring a whole lot of people, maybe a whole lot of people from AT&T, but a whole lot of people who wanted an iPhone all along, who were current iPhone customers or current Verizon customers, the other thing they're going to do is by the end of this quarter, they're going to have all of their smartphones come native with ScanLife on the phone. That's a bit of a game changer for the tag world. I will just say that the stat that I pulled out last year, where I said somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 40% of Americans have a smartphone, that being a phone defined, they could access the web, they could do some things with it that they could usually do with a notebook computer. I think you're going to see exactly that continue to happen as the price of a device goes down, and I think all-you-can-eat data plans will come back. And I think this glancing glow behavior is exactly what we're going to see with consumers. The people we want to contribute to our nonprofits are walking to our stores. I don't know that they're going to be tuned in to social media on a regular basis as much as they are going to be looking very quick through search for what they're looking for and then come in, and I think that offers some opportunities for what's happening on the code side of things. My last big thing I think that I'll predict is that sometime in Q3 this year, Microsoft is going to announce their play into beyond mobile, and I think it's going to be the device. I think what we've seen happen with Connect, it lets us all see what the future is going to be like in a bit of a Minority Report way, and that soon we'll be able to walk into our homes and have something that's up on a wall or on a screen, and just by moving our hands we'll be able to get the information we want. And I think Microsoft is the one who's going to have the data first and foremost that's going to empower them to launch something that'll be for the home that allows you to do that, and it won't be a computer and it won't be a phone. That's me for 2011. Thank you.